Hi, welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. The dolphins are still here, but we're going to change them up and put group health up because you're not a dolphin. This is Shanna Shipperbottom. I love your name.
Thank you.
You're the first Shipperbottom I ever met. It's a very British name, isn't it? There, that's where you work.
Yeah, that is where I work.
Down in the basement.
Actually, no, we just moved. So
come on.
Yeah, so I'm from the HIV/AIDS Resource Program, and we are now at 170 East Street, up on the 4th floor. So
you're not even in that building anymore.
Nope.
Nice try, Mike. But anyway. Wait, what's the address on East Street?
170.
Oh, wait a minute. So was that that more modern building next to that motel thing on the corner? Like you're right beside the TV station.
Yeah, across the road, and it's got all the windows. Yeah, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I gotta come and see where you are now.
Yeah, you should.
I know, because I only knew you in the basement. It's nice to have you have windows now.
Yeah, there's lots
you never had windows before.
I know.
Were you ever in the old office though? Because you're relatively new to the HARP program.
Yeah, I've only been there since August, but yeah, we just moved. I think 2 weeks ago we moved.
Oh, so you were in the old space. It's nicer, isn't it, to be above ground?
Yeah, I really like it.
I know. So Shanna, I guess talk a little bit about you personally. So you just moved to the Soo.
Yeah, I moved to the Soo. Actually, I live in Gooley River now.
Beautiful.
But I moved from Hamilton in August. So
you went one steel town to another steel town.
Yes.
And what do you think about being up north?
I love Northern Ontario, so it's so beautiful up here. I really like it.
And you got waterfront at Gooley.
Yeah.
I got waterfront. And you brought a husband with you.
Yeah.
Oh, more money for our tax base. We love when you do that. He's studying at Soo College.
Yeah, he's in the Adventure Rec and Park Technician program, so.
What a great thing.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you yet. Do you have family as well and kids yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, well. Nice to have you with us, and welcome to Sault Ste. Marie.
Thank you.
And so, HARP stands for?
The HIV and AIDS Resource Program.
And your title at HARP is?
I'm a support services worker.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why Shanna is here today is that tomorrow is World AIDS Day.
It is.
Right? And this has already been HIV/AIDS Awareness Week, is that right?
Yeah, so leading up to World AIDS Day, which is on December 1st, is HIV Awareness Week. And then also following World AIDS Day is Aboriginal AIDS Awareness Week. So.
And I didn't even know that was a week, Aboriginal AIDS Awareness Week.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk first of all HIV, all right, because it's been HIV Awareness Week leading up to this. A lot of misconceptions, a lot of myths about the virus.
Yeah, I think most of the misconceptions and myths surround on like how you can transmit the virus or how it is transmitted. And it's really transmitted through 5 bodily fluids. It's blood, semen, vaginal fluid, anal fluid, and breast milk. And those are the only fluids that can transmit the virus.
Okay, not saliva.
Not saliva, no.
All right, good to know.
Yeah. So you can hug your friends, you can hug your family, you can kiss your family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's also talk about, first of all, can you give us the actual name for HIV? Because a lot of people don't even know that.
It's a human immunodeficiency virus.
And what it does, it attacks the immune system so that your body can't fight off harmful
infections and viruses.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mentioned to you on the phone when we were talking that I was in Toronto all through the 80s, and I'm a gay man, so I survived the epidemic, and it truly was an epidemic in the 1980s. And that's how it sort of got the connection to gay men was because of the outbreak in the 80s. But what we know now is that it is no longer, and it hasn't been for a long time, a gay person's disease. And it's a gay person's virus, right?
No, it can affect anyone just because of the way it is transmitted. So it is not just a gay person's disease, so it doesn't just affect gay men.
And we have to be aware also it can be transmitted through improper use of intravenous.
You need to use if you're a drug user, you need to use clean needles every single time, and don't share, because that's one of the ways that the virus can be transmitted.
It's one of the ways that it's spread more rapidly, actually. Do we know yet, do we know any more with data and statistics, what is the main method of transmission of HIV these days? Is it still sexual contact?
It's still sexual contact.
It is still sexual contact.
I'd say sexual contact and then followed by intravenous drug use.
And so safe sex is the only way to prevent the spread of not just HIV, but all STIs?
Yeah, no. So using condoms and like things like dental dams and things like that are really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Getting tested is also important.
Yeah, I think getting tested is probably the most important. Once you know your status, then you can go through with treatment, right? And once you're on treatment and your viral load is suppressed to like a level that is less than 50 copies of the virus in a milliliter of blood, then you can no longer transmit the virus. So you have to be taking the treatment for more than 6 months, and you have to take it every single day. It's really important that you are consistently taking the treatment, but once you do that, you can no longer transmit the virus.
So that's the viral load that you're talking about, right? The load of the virus in your blood system.
Yes.
And once it gets below a certain point, it is no longer transmittable.
Yes.
So even though you are HIV positive, you have basically a zero.
Yeah, it's a negligible risk of transmitting.
A negligible risk of transmission.
Yes.
And so in a partnered relationship, in a monogamous relationship, with somebody who has a viral load that is not transmittable, then they can have intimate relations without using condoms, without fear of spreading the disease. Also, the virus. Also, there is a drug out there now for people who are HIV negative, who are partnered with people who are HIV positive, who have a low viral load count.
Yeah, so the safest way is to take, it's called pre-exposure prophylaxis. So it's...
What's the nickname for that?
PrEP. So essentially you take that for at least 7 days before you can engage in sexual relations, and then you are not at risk at contracting the virus anymore. Right. So it's a good safety measure. They also have post-exposure prophylaxis, or PEP. So if you think that you were in contact with someone that has HIV, within 72 hours you can like report to the hospital or to your doctor, and they can give you this medication. You're on it for 28 days, and then you shouldn't contract the virus.
Would that be something that comes in very handy when there's been a sexual assault?
Yeah, absolutely.
If someone has had sexual contact against their will, and they're not certain of the person's status or history, sexual history, you could go and take that drug, have that administered at the hospital, and that would reduce your chances of becoming infected.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So just another safety measure.
Now, the other thing that has changed a lot is, once again, going back to the 80s, I can remember waiting for the results from my HIV test, the first time I ever got tested, and just thinking, oh, you know, what's going to happen, what's going to happen? Because at that time, we didn't have the treatments. We didn't have all these, they were still looking for methods to actually stop HIV from spreading and getting worse and turning into full-blown AIDS. Nowadays, if you do get the diagnosis that you're positive, it's no longer a death sentence. It's no longer, oh my gosh, my life is over. Everything is, you know, a disaster. That's no longer the case.
No, not at all. So
tell me a little bit about how things have changed and what some of the treatments are that people can take that will help them reduce their load, their viral load.
It's called antiretroviral therapy, and it's been around since, I'd say, the mid-90s now. It's changing all the time though, and getting better and better, to the point now where you can take only one pill a day, but you have to take it every day, and that's your treatment, and you can live a long, happy, healthy life into your senior years.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I know I have many friends who are living HIV positive, happy, healthy, viral load zero, right? Now, the other thing is about full-blown AIDS. I guess since tomorrow is World AIDS Day, we can talk now about the actual the disease.
So AIDS is actually, it's acquired immunodeficiency syndrome.
It's a syndrome, right?
Yeah. And
so the difference between HIV and AIDS, can you explain that? Because a lot of people they think it's the same thing, and it's not.
No, it's more of stages. So HIV is the early stages, and AIDS would be the final stage. And so when you are at the point of having AIDS, your immune system isn't functioning at all, and you are susceptible to any virus really at that point, and those can kill you.
And those can kill you.
Yeah.
There's also, I mean, I have friends who passed away with brain cancers.
Yeah.
There's a form of cancer of the brain that is brought on, that's an AIDS-related illness. Other cancers as well. The lesions. It's a horrible disease.
Horrible disease.
So is AIDS the disease? Is it called a disease? Technically, it's a syndrome. I always get kind of mixed up because HIV is obviously a virus.
Yeah.
And AIDS is a syndrome. I mean, it's...
I would still call it a virus because it's the final stage of the virus, but I'm not a doctor. So.
Okay. So what kind of work do you do at HARP then? What services and how do you help people? How do you inform and educate and help people through these, there must be a ton of information that comes at you when you're diagnosed.
Yeah, no, it's really overwhelming for people. So we have a tiny team of 3 people. So we have a healthy sexuality prevention coordinator, Katrina. So she offers education around healthy sexuality to people. She also has support services specifically for LGBT2SQ community members, so she can gear services specifically to them. And then we have an outreach component, Jessica, and she does a lot of work in the community. She goes and meets with people and offers harm reduction supplies and tries to keep people safe in our community.
In other words, so that's sort of upstream, like teaching people to prevent them from becoming infected in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. And then my role is support services. So essentially, if you're infected or affected by HIV, you can come into my care. It's more one-to-one, and essentially I help guide you through the medical system because it's really overwhelming at first. I can help you obtain any funding that you need to cover the cost of your medications, whether it be filling out Trillium applications.
Trillium application. That's that because not all the medications are specifically covered by OHIP.
Yeah.
So you would need to get support, financial support, and that's available by filling out this Trillium,
it's like Trillium grant, so it offers additional assistance to people who need it.
Because the drugs are expensive.
They can be really expensive. They're getting more affordable every day, though.
Yeah, I remember back like when it was the cocktail, and there were so many pills you had to take, and it was ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
So it's now you say it can as small as 1 pill a day.
Yeah, it's 1 pill. It's still, I guess, in terms of it's kind of a cocktail, but all of the different medications are just in the 1 pill.
You're no longer having to take all these different pills multiple times a day. Okay, so and liaison, you act as you liaise clients with other agencies that can help them as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll do referrals. We can help them with like housing or food or any of these things.
Mental health. I can imagine that some people might experience some anxiety or depression when they're diagnosed.
Absolutely.
You have supports in that area as well?
Well, we usually refer people to counseling services if they need it. Yeah.
Okay. So. Now the other thing I wanted to ask was about if somebody's been diagnosed and they need counseling, you don't do the counseling, but you can set this up with somebody who does counseling.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And then I have more questions, but I think are we out of time?
Yeah.
I had more I wanted to ask you. So you're located where? I know what it was. You said that those affected by HIV, infected and affected. Does that mean if I'm the partner of somebody who's been infected and I'm struggling with their illness, and I can come to you and you can help me with support too?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can help connect you to doctors to like get you on PrEP or something like that. And,
okay.
Like if you have any questions or even how to support your partner, yeah, we can help.
So the concept here is, once again, let's get rid of the stigma.
Yes.
Let's get rid of the fear.
Yes.
Because education and knowledge is power. And hiding in a corner and pretending it's not happening is not going to help you.
No, no. People live and die by the stigma.
You go get tested at Algoma Public Health?
Yeah, your doctor can.
Your own doctor can test you?
Yeah, absolutely. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So it's a great idea to get out there and get tested, you know, because you never know where somebody's been. So I want to thank you for coming here and raising our awareness. And tomorrow is World AIDS Day, so do some research, get yourself checked out.
And wear your red ribbon.
And wear your red ribbon in support.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to Shannon Shipperbottom from HARP, located now at 170 East Street.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this.